In Toronto, over 8,000 individuals are reported to be homeless. Homelessness is a severe form of housing insecurity, where individuals lack a stable and permanent and safe place to live. Among the 8,000, it is reported that between 30 to 40% live with a mental illness. Co-occurring challenges like trauma, abuse, and lack of access to services increase vulnerability to exposure to violence, substance use, and lack of basic facilities such as toilets and bathing. The lack of privacy and food security further increases the need for high levels of supportive services and emergency shelter space. In the 1960s, the deinstitutionalization of mental illness aimed to move individuals from psychiatric facilities to community-based care. However, this led to those with severe mental health issues being treated in general hospital units, leaving many with less severe conditions reliant on under-resourced provincial psychiatric hospitals. Fast forward to 2024, there is a renewed focus on supportive housing as an element of community mental health by the Ontario government, local health integration networks, and community-based providers. There's also a related concern about homelessness associated with mental illness and addictions. Currently, organizations like Access Point provide supportive housing to those living with mental illness. Access Point is socially innovative, having resolved the issue of individuals and caseworkers needing to fill out multiple forms for services and housing by processing them all through one organization called Access Point. Access Point offers permanent long-term housing through 29 participating nonprofit supportive housing providers. These providers offer 5,000 units, including self-contained apartments, rooms in shared dwellings, and beds in boarding homes. Access Point is currently funded by provincial and municipal government. However, the current waitlist for permanent housing through Access Point is 5 to 7 years, and short-term housing wait times range from 2 to 6 months. Addressing homelessness and mental illness in Canada requires a multifaceted approach and the combined efforts of government, community organizations, and the private sector. Together, we can create sustainable solutions and improve the lives of those most vulnerable. And this is where Building Access comes in. Building Access is a product-based social innovation that extends the mission of Access Point by leveraging intersector and intrasector partnerships. Building Access has two main objectives. The first is collaborative property purchase between supportive housing agency organizations. As many are funded by the provincial and municipal governments, they often work in silos to purchase properties. The second objective is to really create direct connection with real estate developers, but specifically from equity-seeking groups in order to leverage social procurement of funds that may come from the government. As Building Access is an extension of Access Point, the first step involves marketing it to all partnering organizations with Access Point. So this would include informational sessions, distributing marketing materials, and just leveraging the existing networks to spread awareness. The second would be to identify the interested organizations. These will likely be ones with funding or residual money for infrastructure but cannot afford market rent prices. The third will be to connect organizations. So Building Access will facilitate connections between organizations that share similar goals and have seed funding. These connections will enable collaborative efforts in pooling funds to purchase property. Then the next step would be legal support, and the in-house lawyer will assist with these organizations in terms of drafting contracts to ensure legal protection and clear terms of collaborations. And for the second objective of including private sector opportunities, Building Access will establish partnerships with builders from equity-seeking groups, providing opportunities for these builders to participate in development projects initiated by the collaborating organizations from Access Point. In order for Building Access to function, it will require an in-house lawyer who will be responsible for drafting legal documents and providing legal advice to ensure all transactions are legally sound. The second would be the grant writer, who would be tasked with identifying funding opportunities and writing grant proposals to secure additional resources. And then finally, the project manager will oversee the coordination of all activities, ensuring effective communication among all stakeholders and managing project timelines. The outcomes sought will be assessed by the number of properties acquired, intersector and intrasector partnerships formed, funding secured, satisfaction surveys, and regular reporting, and all of this would inform the adjustments and improvements which will be put back into Building Access.
created using Powtoon.